if conditions were exactly the way they were today, going into that meeting, like if the meeting were today, I would be advocating 75 because I haven't seen the kind of numbers on the inflation side that I need to see in order to, think that we can go back to a 50 increase. So I think right now I would be advocating 75, but again, we don't have to make that decision today. We still have a couple weeks to go. I think getting interest rates up to that 3 to 3.5% is really important that we do that and do it expeditiously and do it consistently as we go forward. So it's after that point where I think there's more uncertainty about how far we'll need to go in order to rein in inflation. There are risks of recession. We're tightening monetary policy. We have to do that to get inflation down, so there are risks. My baseline forecast is for growth to be slower this year than it was certainly last year, where it was 5.5%, which is extremely high. And we're going to see some slower growth this year, but that's okay because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get demand moderated so that it's more in line with that constrained supply. We're in this transition right now, and I think that's going to be a painful one in some respects, and it's going to be a bumpy ride in some respects, but it's very, very necessary that we do it to get those inflation numbers down. Well, I think consumers are experiencing this very, very high inflation, and I think that's really clouding their confidence in the economy. At the Fed, we're on a path now to bring our interest rates up to a more normal level and then probably a little bit higher into restrictive territory so that we can get those inflation rates down so that we can sustain a good economy going forward. So job one for us now is to get inflation under control. And I think right now that's coloring how consumers are feeling about the economy and where it's going.
네.